Hey everybody, I appreciate you watching. A lot of people ask me how to sharpen knives, but specifically how to sharpen some of my knives. My knives are convex ground, and that's a little bit different than what you'd be used to with a normal knife. A normal factory-produced knife has this secondary edge bevel right here, and it's generally 35 or 25 to 20 to 30 degrees, and that is the only part of the knife you sharpen. I don't sharpen this black part, I only sharpen that little silver part. In order to do that, you need to hold the knife at the exact 25-degree angle or whatever it is and move it back and forth very precisely so as to sharpen that spot and that spot only. It's difficult. You can get it wrong. You can accidentally reprofile the edge when you try to sharpen it, and that's why there's a lot of things like the Work Sharp and whatever it is that the Spyderco has, it clamps it, and you can sharpen it at the exact right angle. It removes the human margin for error. It was made by a machine, and so you need to act like a machine when you're sharpening it. So traditional knives are actually pretty hard to sharpen. You've got to be very precise. Now, my knives are different. You see there's no secondary bevel. There's no relief edge. That's because these are convex ground. This is the old way to make knives. And it's very effective for a number of reasons, but I'm going to show you today how to sharpen it and how it's actually much easier to sharpen than a normal knife. When you're sharpening, all you're doing is just refining the little bit of steel that's right there on the actual cutting edge. And that's the same with all knives. So let me just get this blue. You can do something like this. All I care about is getting this part here sharp. Unlike a factory-made knife, I don't have to be super precise about this. I can, if I want to sharpen it with a stone, just start in a circular motion like this. I can start up on the side, and then I move this stone down towards the edge, and then I roll it back up, down towards the edge, roll it back up. I'm doing this motion here. I'm following the entire convex grind of the knife, and when I get down to there, my steepest pitch, I'm actually sharpening the edge. But I don't have to be super precise about it. I just go down until I can feel and see that I'm making contact with that edge, and I roll back up. And it's as easy as this. You do not have to be precise. You do not need a straight sharpening stone. You can do this with a rock. A round rock will, in a fine way, sharpen this rounded blade with a rounded profile. You cannot use a round rock to sharpen a super straight blade with a straight profile. So see that? See how I've removed the Sharpie from right there? That part is now extremely sharp, and I can feel that it's extremely sharp. And all I did was move this in little circular motions, started on the side of the edge, and then I just increase the angle until I come to the edge. See that? And that's how you sharpen these knives, and it's fast. 3 minutes. This thing can be dead dull. In 3 minutes, you can get a hair shaving sharp. Just like that. You do not need to be precise. You do not need anything fancy. It's quite simple. And again, this is the way old knives were sharpened and maintained. If I'm doing it on a stone like this, same type of idea. I'll start from the side and I'll just do like this. Notice how I'm following the profile of the knife. When I pull back, I don't pull straight back, I pull back and I give it a little roll. And when I give it that little roll, the edge comes into contact with the stone at that very last part of the roll, and that will sharpen it. So you can do like this, and increase and decrease, increase and decrease. And as I do that, I'm sharpening that whole edge. And again, using a Sharpie is going to help you because it's going to show you exactly where your stone is contacting the steel, and it's going to show you if indeed you are removing the steel right where you're supposed to at the very, very, very edge there. There's another way to sharpen a convex knife where you don't have to use that rolling motion, and that is with some soft backer like a mouse pad and with some fine sandpaper put over it. If I do this, that soft backer is going to conform to my convex edge. See, the convex edge is going to press into the material material will envelop the edge, and all I do is pull it straight back, and I'm sharpening exactly what I need to. So I'll give you an illustration here once again. I'm going to color this part of the blade. Now watch, as I just lay it flat, or fairly flat, I pull back like this. See where I've removed it? This whole here has been sharpened, and that's, you can hear it. You can hear it's grabbing the little finger nubs, whatever they're called, fingerprint. So extremely sharp. That's a great way also to sharpen convex. I've heard people say this is the way you have to sharpen a convex knife. No, it's not. Usually the way I sharpen mine is I always carry a little stone with me. I get some extra time. I just do one of these. And it's super quick, super easy. Practice with it. Use your Sharpie so you can see where you're sharpening, and you'll find your knife will get wicked sharp, wicked quickly. Last thing though, is with these nice carbon steel knives that I make, really all you have to do is just get a piece of leather and strop it. It's better if you can find a little compound like this and kind of mix that little sharpening compound. Mother's chrome polish will work well. Even baking soda will work. I've used mud just rubbed into my canvas pants before, and that makes a good matrix to sharpen a knife on. And just touch the edge to the leather and strap back, and that is going to just be extremely sharp. You can use your knife for a week, 2 weeks. It's not hair popping sharp anymore. Do this and it will come right back to life. And this is usually how I sharpen my knives. If you are in the woods, you're cutting wood, you're splitting wood, you're batoning wood, if you're dressing game and all that sort of thing, that's all regular wear. That shouldn't really need a stone. You should be able to fix your knife just with a strop in that case. If you nick a ceramic plate, come into contact with steel or a stone, then you might need to use a stone to fix it. So there it is. I mean, just crazy sharp. We're going to be feeling that for months until that grows back, but it was worth it for this video. That's how you sharpen a convex edge. It's simple. You can do it with a variety of materials, from little stones to big stones to leather to sandpaper. I've even sharpened my convex knives with the rounded edge of a window. Roll your window up just an inch, and then you can roll your knife on that top rounded edge of the window in your car. Sit backwards on the toilet and you can sharpen your knife on the top of the toilet. That's how I used to do it in college. You can use coffee mugs. The gritty part on the bottom of the coffee mug, that's kind of if you really need to reprofile the knife, and then you can use the smoother part to sharpen it. Any object that's harder than the steel can sharpen it, and if it's curved and whatnot, unlike the super straight relief edge of a factory-made knife, which it won't sharpen, it will sharpen this, because this is an organic motion. It's an organic profile there, edge grind, and just better. It works easier. So that's how you sharpen a knife that's convex. I'd love to hear your comments, respond to your comments, any questions you have. If you did like the video, it would mean a lot for me if you would click the like button or even the subscribe button, which would be great if you want to see more content that I put out. Love for you to visit my website. There should be a link in the description, and head over that way, and you have the option to buy any number of knives or even get a custom knife made for you. I'll do, super cool bowies like this one, a little hamon on there. And this is, I got an Osage orange handle. This was just forged from a leaf spring. That took a lot of gumption there. Get a variety of sheaths, kind of traditional. and kind of cool, spruced up a little bit, magnetic retention, a horizontal mounting sheath, which I love. It's all custom. Anyway, glad you watched. Hopefully that helped out. Let me know if you have any questions.